is from Area 2, correct?
Yes.
And her name is Tammy Ashton. Please make her welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm a candidate for Area 2, and I would be honored to have your faculty endorsement. Do we start with questions and answers? Or?
We can after your 1-minute opening personal statement.
Oh, okay, excellent. So for me, I have a very personal interest in Cerritos College. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually graduated from Cerritos College a long time ago. So I remember my teachers that I had here, and I had Max Friedfield. He was my speech teacher, loved him. I had Frank Wright for my math teacher. I know I'm Asian, but math was a very huge struggle for me, so believe it or not, he helped me immensely. And I know what it's like to continue our education. I have a doctorate today, and so I know what struggles people go through in higher education. I live locally. I live in Downey. I work locally. I work right down the street, so this is very convenient for me. And my husband also is city council for District 2 in the city of Downey. So we are very proud to have Cerritos College here. My other interest in Cerritos College is this year I was reaching out to find out what volunteer opportunities were available, and I really thought someone was going to say, "What, lady?" And I was like, I have a son, an 18-year-old son who is here at Cerritos College. And so I really wanted to give that kind of extra push, and I thought someone was going to say, "You know what, lady, at this point in time, you should probably cut your umbilical cord." But everyone was very kind and let me know what opportunities that were available, and this happened to be one of them, and it just seemed to me that it was a perfect fit. So my son enrolled here, and his first day was yesterday, and he's here today. I just saw him. So I'm very happy and excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Thank you, Tammy. Question number 1. Please describe your role as a trustee compared to that of the college superintendent.
My role as a trustee would be to set policy, and the superintendent's role would be to make sure that policy takes place procedurally. So, and I would also oversight on all procedures to make sure that our policy and legal aspects pertain to everything that happens here at Cerritos College.
Thank you. Question number 2. How would you relate to the Cerritos College Faculty Federation, that is our faculty union, CCFF, if you are elected?
I think that relating to the faculty here at Cerritos College is imperative to getting the job done. For me, an inverted pyramid is what this is all about. I don't look at this as a top-down approach. I look at our students. Ultimately, we're all here to serve the students. That's what I hope we are anyway. The next layer would be all of the faculty, and I want to make sure all faculty have all the resources available to do this good job to make Cerritos College the best community college in the area. So my role would be open communication with the faculty to make sure that this happens.
And what about the college superintendent? What's the relationship between the trustee and a trustee and the college? In our case, it's the college president. We
Yes.
call him college superintendent.
Yes. It would be a good working relationship with your college president. I would like to see that he's accountable for what policies that we have to make sure that everything gets taken care of. I would like to make sure that everything that I requested had followed through, and if I had requested documentation, I didn't get it, I would copy the president on that, and it would be the president's job to make sure that whatever a trustee would ask for gets taken care of. Likewise with faculty as well, I would want the president to make sure all of those things get taken care of, so we have a great relationship here.
Thank you. Question number 3. Under what circumstances do you believe it is important for you to consult with the CCFF before making a decision as a trustee?
I would consult with your organization on anything that pertains to academia and what specifically pertains to faculty. So I would want to know what your stance is. Ultimately, you would make the decision how to get this college into the 22nd century of learning, and anything that would promote the teachers wanting to stay here, because in order to do that, we need to have your teachers staying here. Ultimately, I come from Downey Unified. I actually grew up in Downey as well, so I've been in Downey for 40 years, and I have to say that we have one of the best school districts, and consequently, it's the teachers. So we have a great school board in Downey that's very attentive to the teachers. We have teachers that own those schools and own those assignments and take, pride in their work there. And I'd like to see that same thing happen at Cerritos College.
Thank you. Question number 4. The relationship between the faculty union, CCFF, and the district has been strained over the last year due to a protracted negotiation process. How would you work to improve this relationship?
You would have my vote to have a strong collective bargaining agreement. I think somewhere along the lines, the attorneys involved here don't know the definition of collective. That's my only, it's not a joke. I can't understand how a collective bargaining agreement isn't two-sided. Certainly this is not a unilateral agreement, and from my experience and what I've been reading, it appears that it's not collective, and so that would be something that we would have to take a look at. I would use other school districts, other colleges for guidance to see how we could overcome that, because I definitely think there is a problem. And going over some of the finances and listening to, I actually didn't listen to them. I read faster than I can watch on TV, so I actually read transcripts to see what was going on. And according to some of the transcripts, I have questions about what they're doing with the finances. A general fund is one thing, and then I read about numerous other funds that weren't earmarked. So in my opinion, that's questionable. Earmarking funds is exactly what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be earmarked for a specific purpose. So I have never heard about funds going into other issues that aren't earmarked. I do have some other questions. I have questions about the STRS and PERS retirement. So I don't know if that's one of your questions, but that caught my attention, that they wanted to fully fund the STRS and PERS retirement benefits, and I've absolutely never heard of that. And then their recommendation was an irrevocable trust, which I have a law degree, and I would absolutely never use an irrevocable trust for that. That seems absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know, during all my reading, I don't know who your attorney is here at Cerritos College, so that was a question to me as well. So those are some of the things that I would question, and I think that we have funds to do what needs to be taken care of.
Very good, thank you. And then finally, question number 5. Why should the CCFF endorse you?
Why should they? Because I am the absolute best candidate for this area. Because I'm passionate about this. I want to do a good job for you. Realistically, if you want to look at this as a numbers game, I printed out the District Area 2. Downey is the largest part of District 2. I live in Downey. I've been in Downey for 40 years. My husband's city councilman, who represents 25,000 people in this area. Our good friend is the other councilman in the city of Downey. Let us help.
Thank you so much. We'll open it up to questions from the floor now. Stephanie.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm a librarian here.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi. How familiar are you with Ed Code and how it kind of divides up what work is the responsibility of faculty or what we are allowed to have control over versus what's the role of the Board of Trustees at a community college district?
Well, my understanding, and I might have to get caught up to speed on it, but my understanding is the Board of Trustees sets policy and not procedure. So that takes care of the president. So I'm not sure if I'm answering your question correctly, but if you could direct me, I would certainly read up on that and try and give you a better answer. So as a Board of Trustee, it is limited. However, your president does answer to the board.
Mhm.
And I would definitely, in this case here, because of what's happening, I would strongly remind everybody that that's the way it works, because it seems like maybe there's some misunderstanding.
Mhm.
Yes, question here?
What can the Board of Trustees do about the reliance on adjunct labor here at Cerritos?
What can the board do? Well, what we could do is, I would work to provide healthcare benefits and the same COLA increases, cost of living at least, as a minimum. And healthcare benefits, I would do a prorated amount for the time worked here, but something. I think it's ridiculous that board members get, benefits, and they come to 2 meetings a month, and part-time professors receive nothing. That's a real disservice. Hi.
I'd like to know your thoughts about academic freedom and sabbatical leave in higher ed.
Oh, the Constitution defines that for us. That's how academic freedom is what this world is, what our country is based on, a robust exchange of communication. So I think it's definitely important. I spent 4 years in law school, so yes, academic freedom is a must. Sabbatical leave is a must. If we want to generate this college to the 22nd century, we need to have teachers go on sabbatical and come back and share with us what they've learned. Hi.
Hi, question, what problems do teachers on this campus face?
Problems? I think some of the things that I've heard that are faced, specifically what you feel is a problem, I guess that could be individual to everyone. For myself, if I worked here, what I've heard is, what I read was 1 office hour per class, which is absolutely ridiculous. I actually spoke to some of your teachers here, and at one time after I had finished my doctorate, I thought, I'm gonna go to Cerritos College and make $45 an hour. My husband's a school teacher, he's been a school teacher for almost 20 years. And he said, "You're gonna do what?" And I said, "Cerritos College, $45 an hour." And he says, "Honey, you're gonna be in a lecture hall with 300 students. You're not gonna have any time to grade those papers. You're gonna have to read the entire book. You're gonna have to prepare for all of this. Your breakdown is gonna be like $10 an hour. Are you sure you wanna do that?" I said, "You know what, I love helping people, I really do, but that's a little bit much." And I really thought that he was incorrect until I inquired more, and he was actually correct. I'm sure it gets better with time. No? I'm hoping. So anyways, so some of the problems with teachers here, that would be a big problem for myself personally. All the preparation time not getting paid for, office hours. I know that when I went here, I needed lots of help. So I had absolutely no idea that those teachers were just giving away their free time. That could have been time that they could have spent with their families. I had no idea. Hi.
One right here.
Yeah, I'm a part-time faculty in the biology department, and talking about the ridiculousness of it all is part-time faculty, adjunct faculty, right now we're getting paid for 0 office hours. We're not getting paid for anything for office hours right now this semester.
I apologize.
And I just want you to know that this is one of my pet peeves, because these are students who are not getting access to their professors at all. Because we have 0 office hours, we have no paid office hours. So yes, we are, like you said, $45 an hour, although it is higher than that now.
Okay.
But still, we are paid we're adjunct faculty are paid for the hours they're in the classroom and nothing else. 0. And so that needs to change. And also, I know you said it gets better as time goes on. Well, it gets better up to a limit. Right now, I'm in my 7th year here on campus, and I'm at the top of the pay scale. So I'm not going any higher in terms of pay. Forever.
Let me correct myself. I meant it gets better that probably your class preparation time goes down. I'm hoping.
I'm not paid for any of that time.
Right.
I was never paid for any of that time,
Right, right,
ever.
right. And I apologize, I didn't realize that part-time
So
teachers didn't
this
get
is
that.
what we
That's what
need
you're
to
up against.
educate these future board members
Yes.
about what's really going on. It's terrible. And the thing is, that, like I said, my pet peeve is the office hours, because this is hurting the students.
Absolutely.
This is making the students not having access to their professors. I think the students should rise up and walk out and have a strike, and seriously, because if I were a student, I would just be pissed off that I can't get access to my professors.
I agree with you. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. And the thing that everyone has to realize is that we are serving a very low socioeconomic area. I grew up here, so I'm the first in my family to be college educated, and it's very difficult. So those students essentially do need more help.
Right.
So I do sympathize with you, I understand. And I appreciate you wanting to help people in this area.
Yes.
What is your role when you need to deal with faculty senate? In the state of California, there's a law, and the law is very simple. We get to have some governance in the sharing of governance in community colleges, as opposed to other institutions in which people are mandated to a supervisor that tells them what to do. Yeah, we're not happy with these threats of cutting your academic freedom and cutting your sabbaticals, because that's a year off that you have, so you don't do and have a nice vacation, and why should we pay for that? And that's what we've been experiencing in the past few years. You mentioned policy, but what is your understanding of policy when you relate to the faculty senate? We very strongly feel now that there's quite a lot of micromanagement from the board to the faculty senate, even trickles down to the union. We have to always counteract that. We find ourselves defending ourselves and justifying what we're supposed to be doing rather than moving forward and and working hard to hopefully the district can provide a good contract that it's been non-existent for 13 years. Now in the back of our minds, it has to be this thing about academic freedom. But I don't think the board really understands that at all. But it's going to be coming up in the next few months and years to come. So,
A lot of the issues, and I hate to put it like this, but it seems like whatever legal team is here at Cerritos College is ineffective. So I'm not sure that everybody had equal buy-in to find out who your lawyer is here. But those are all things that are well based in the law in this country. So it's baffling to me what I hear that's happening here at Cerritos College. Our Constitution says that we're allowed academic freedom. That's the whole thing that makes up our country and our universities. So that's already done and over with.
boards tend to interpret that their own way.
Well, I think the Supreme Court has actually interpreted that for us. And so now it's just up to everybody else to carry that out.
Okay.
So that's already been said. But it's disappointing at this level if people don't understand how that works. And that would be something that their lawyer could help clarify.
Good. Thank you.
We are getting close to the closing statement, and you may wish to roll your answer into this last one that I will ask you. If we do not endorse or elect you to the Board of Trustees, what will we be missing?
You'll be missing a lot of support. You'll be missing a lot of support, but if you don't endorse me, that's okay. I'll still go ahead and campaign. That's okay. I have here is my flyer, and every district in my city has endorsed me. My school board has endorsed me. The city of Bellflower has endorsed me. I have the majority of the Bellflower City Council. I have the Southgate City Council. I have Norwalk City Council. I have a former president of the board endorsement, so clearly I'm doing what I need to do. I haven't spent a penny so far. These are my flyers. You know, I made them. This is my paper. So I've done all of this without spending one dime. And I've had people come to me saying, Tammy, how much money do you need? How much support do you need? And I said, you know what? Let me see what I'm gonna do, because it's way too early, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know. So my husband and I ran a grassroots campaign 2 years ago in the city of Downey. We had 0 endorsements. We didn't like that the city of Downey, we felt like, in the gateway cities, we felt like there wasn't transparency and there was a lot of stuff going on. We didn't want Downey to be one of those cities. So my husband's a school teacher, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna file papers and run for city council. I said, okay, let's do it. And so we did that. We didn't take any money from anybody. We spent very little money, but is what we did is we went out and we spoke to our friends and neighbors, and we won. We won. So we'll do that again here. And right now, our city's doing fantastic in our district. With, I think everyone knows, Don Canalbi's retiring this year, and with that, he's got a huge chunk of money that he's gotten donated to him, and so he's giving our city a little over $500 million, and the South Campus at the hospital on Imperial Rancho, the South Campus, it's been abandoned for years. It's like, I don't know, 35, he's got his mouth open, so that's why. So it's like 35 acres of property. It's a huge chunk of land. Don Canalbi's gonna finance it, and that was for the asking. So that's our district that we live in. So we will do our best to make things happen.
Did you say 500 million?
It's over. It's actually, the exact dollar is 568 million. Yes, it's a sports complex that will go in our city. And the projection is 2018. Yes. So it's in the newspaper right now. Don Canalbi even announced it after the meeting 2 weeks ago. Yes. So we want things to happen.
We thank you very much for being a part of us this afternoon. Would you like to share anything else with us in terms of a closing statement?
I thank you all for your time. I know everyone's busy, and I thank you for your time coming here and giving me the opportunity to speak with all of you. I hope I do gain your endorsement. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.